things like, when you have something about yourself, body-wise, when you have something about your mind, the way God made you, embrace who you are, and everybody will love you for who you are. So I can imagine that if she wasn't hiding herself for those 7 years, probably people would have gotten over the fact that she was, she embraced who she was and she was there. People would have, they would have stared and stared and said, a time will come where they will get used to the fact that that's who she was, or how, the branding was her part of who she was right now. So whatever it is, do not hide who you are. Do not go into hiding for 7 years, covering the thing that you think is shameful to you. Open it, embrace it, know that it has happened, and you live your life, free from any form of, even if they stigmatize you, make peace with yourself or what has happened and move on, having dealt with everything. I know that because of that scar, she didn't think she was ever going to get married, because who would like to marry someone that's been married a prostitute, especially in Israel? Those Israelis now, very, very, very religious. And there was one day, in Israel, the young girls used to come and dance and show themselves for young bachelors to pick up who they might like. And that was the first time in a long time that she was free to dance, because every girl was going to cover their face. So that was the time that she allowed herself to just enjoy what life had to offer. And in doing that, she met a guy, a very, very good guy. And the guy was also part of the army, and he had fought wars, but he was kind, he was compassionate. Even when she told him who she was, he did not run away from her, or snide, or snare at her, or no, he conversed with her because he loved what she was saying. He was able to decipher who she was even by the things that she saying. So fast forward, her father now got a man for her to marry, and you will not believe it, the man was a widower. And guess the only reason why he wanted a wife? Number one, the bride price. Then in Israel, there's a girl that used to do the bride price. The bride price was her father's vineyard. One. Number two, because she was scarred and she was in solitude most of the time. That's what the man wanted. He just wanted someone that would take care of his children, and that was all. And that was the only reason why he wanted a wife. And she had fallen in love with this guy already. That kind of thing. And guess what happened? The guy that she fell in love with is the younger brother of the man that she was betrothed to. Like, can life not get any more strange? And you know that one of the days while they were going through the betrayal process, she loves to cook. I don't know if I mentioned that. In her solitude, cooking was one of the things that she used to express herself. She had this young guy that used to work in the vineyard with her father, and they went to pick up herbs. And because she was very curious about herbs and things like that, she loved to experiment with herbs, different herbs to bring out the flavors, in food and all of that. And there was this particular leaf that she told this guy not to pick because that leaf was poisonous. But he forgot to take it off the what they call it, the basket of vegetables that he had picked that day. So when she made food, do you know that she put the leaf and she did not know? And when these two boys ate it, they died. And you know what I said earlier? Once there is a death, the king's man would avenge their blood. And guess who the king's man was? Her husband. And two of his boys died. And because they were unruly and rude, it was almost like maybe you didn't like them, that's why you had them killed. But it was an honest mistake. And because the children were unruly, so they would have thought that that kind of thing, that maybe she just wanted to kill the children. But really, if you know who Moriah was, she was such a kind-hearted girl that I don't think she would have even done. And it was just an honest mistake. But think about it now. If father just lost two children, his blood would be hot and he would want revenge. And the revenge that would appease that kind of man is death. And that's how Moriah that night had to begin the journey to the city of refuge. See, life really deals out blows. And just imagine, how would you explain it? How would she have explained it that it was not intentional? It was this guy picked it, and this is what I used. It is. It is only God that can vindicate you in that matter. And I thank God for the city of refuge. Moriah now had to run to the city of refuge with the guy she fell in love with her father's trusted servant. And their journey from where they were to the city of refuge was one that had Moriah learn how to trust God, learn how to trust unexpected people, learn how to discern who her enemies were. And when they finally got there, had to wait even for the trial, because Israel then was in had this had this thing where they had to fight against an enemy, the Eastern brothers, an enemy in that region, even as at then. Because you know that Israel was still had just found peace and they were still settling. So for me, one of the things I really learned about this book is that God's mercy, it prevails. I just can't imagine how we'll be without God's mercy. Just imagine if there were no cities of refuge. Moriah would have died that day. And there's nothing anybody could have done about it, because according to law, he was justified. Also, I just want to thank God for his mercy and thank God for his love. There's something that Derek is the guy that Maria fell in love with, the guy that she spoke with during the dance. He said something, that mercy is not earned. Mercy is a gift that is given. See, you cannot earn mercy. Can we earn the mercy of God? How do we earn the mercy of God? If we, before we were sinners, Christ died for us, did you earn that? Did you earn that transaction? Did you earn that thought that God would have had towards you to come and love you regardless of who you are? And look at it now. Jesus even came to die for us. Jesus came to save us. But yet we still did him we still did him. We didn't accept him. We didn't recognize him. In short, left to us, we killed him justifiably. So how do you earn the mercy of God? You can't. And God said, I will have mercy upon whom I'll have mercy. So it is a gift that he gives and not something to be earned. So I just want us to thank God for his mercy and thank God for his grace. I want us to thank God for his justice. That God also puts in place laws and principles that also help us understand justice, understand that I deserve this, but because of mercy, he took it away. And you know that God doesn't just take things away. Jesus had paid the price. So for every sin, a price must be paid for that thing to be atoned for. And Jesus made ultimate. So everything that you have done, you will do, and you will ever do. Everything you have done, everything you will do, everything you will ever do, Jesus has already paid the price for it. But it does not mean that we now take advantage of grace and mercy and say, oh, because Jesus has died, I'll continue to sin. Paul said it. He said, shall we continue to sin because grace abounds? He says, God forbid. You cannot continue to sin because grace abounds. All you have to do, you go back to God, that his mercy will prevail. Because the truth is, there are consequences to every action that we take. Yeah, you will face the consequence. Like one of the typical examples that we always give when we talk of the issue of these consequences of sin and grace and mercy. If you are standing on a tall building and you fall and you jump off. Now, jumping off is like sinning. And you say grace is made available to you. Do you know that no matter how you do it, you must still land on the ground? No matter how you do it, sin is like jumping off like the window of a 10-story building. You will still, gravity will take its place. It's like consequences of your actions. But do you know what God's mercy is? Do you know what God's mercy can be? As you are landing down, maybe somebody is just moving out and their mattress is on the back of two people and they just cross and you hit it. That is God's mercy. That is God's grace. So it's not like you're going to say that I'll take advantage of God's grace. I'm going to take advantage of God's mercy. And every time you step off the building because you expect that there'll be one mattress waiting for you. No. The next time you do it, my brother, my sister, you will fall to the ground and you will break your head or lose your life. So you do not take advantage of God's mercy, but you recognize God's mercy and God's grace. And if there's anything in your life that requires God's mercy, ask for God's mercy. It is not earned. It is a gift has been given. So get the book. This book can be gotten at. This book was gotten for Sefer Books, an online Christian fiction book. Go get your copy. And guess what? There are 3 in the series. Oh. So this City of A Light in the Hill is City of Refuge 1. There's 2 and 3, and the third one just was released in 2019. So get your copy from Sefer Books and tell me about it. Tell me when you read it. Tell me what it is about, and tell me what you love about it. But don't let shame. You know that when Mariah, when she was branded, don't let anything that has happened to you stigmatize you. Other people might have an opinion on what it is. What is your opinion about the things you've gone through that may be like shameful? You know, what is things that holds you down, holds you bound? Let it go in God. Let God have mercy upon you. Let God help you. Let God save you. What I say, embrace who you are. Embrace what you've gone through. And let those things be the testimony and the message in which you help other people go through it. And you know, the person that has received mercy can also show mercy. Show mercy to others. And have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.